NKTelco Sports. We're here at Anna High School where the Coldwater Cavaliers take on the Anna Rockets. Today's game is sponsored by the Minster Bank, Schreederman Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, NKTelco, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com, Carriage Works, Cy Schwederman, Fowler's TV, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, PSG Automotive Outfitters, and the First National Bank. First half action coming up here. My name is Mike Hearn. In just a second on NKTelco Sports.
Big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier Sofa and Sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Our 1,500 square foot showroom and pro shop at BowlerStore.com is stocked with bowling balls, bags, shoes, accessories, and apparel. The pro shop is equipped with 2 drill presses, measuring devices, and bowling ball maintenance machines to keep your ball rolling great. We offer private lessons for individuals and groups. Moxie's Extra Pair inside BowlerStore.com is also available to rent for private events. Be sure to check out BowlerStore.com or visit our pro shop in Versailles, Ohio for all your bowling product needs.
Back here as we get started in Anna. See the throw in from the Cavaliers. Tell you about their starting lineup real quick. Ava Gear gets the start wearing number 4, coming off of a hat trick in her last contest. Steffi Hoying wearing number 6. Maddie Sheffer number 7 in the white jerseys. It is Mara Dews wearing 8. Abby Kaiser number 9 as the first shot on goal rolls towards the scoreboard there. Mallory Kramer wears number 11. Janelle Halterman number 13 and for the Cavaliers. Haley Schneider 16. Katie Noonan 17. Aaron Schnitz, the leading scorer from a year ago with 7 goals, that is back for this year, wears 19. Molly Steinke wears 25. The goalkeeper and Grace Bruns, an honorable mention all-district picked a year ago with 190 saves on the season. Anna trying to work quickly. Kind of gets stymied for a second. Taylor Kaufman, just a terrific score for this Anna squad. As I'll tell you their starting lineups as we go along: Claire Bensman, Kelsey McKinney, Marissa Van Gordon, along with Brooke Hemsworth and Taylor Knoll. Adriana Ashford, Taylor Kaufman I talked about, Michaela Ambos, Savannah Hostetler is the goalkeeper, along with Ella Dosek and Megan Diekman. Those are the starters for the Anna Rockets. They come in at 4-0-1 on the year. They've got an impressive streak when you look at what they've done offensively. They have just had that one tie, but I was talking to Coach Knoll before this, and he said, you really look at that, and you look at who it is to. We tied Northmont on Tuesday. Kaufman gets the goal off a Taylor Knoll assist. Savannah Hostetler under fire early on. Ends up with 11 saves in that contest. As now across the touchline, the Cavaliers take a look at their page as they get the throw in. They go on the aggressiveness, try to turn it up here early. Coach Brackman and crew tied Allen East on Tuesday. They actually outshot him 21-12. Just couldn't get the extra goal in the second half to go in. And I'll tell you here coming up in a couple of minutes about our Keyhole Pizza keys to the game. It's pretty simple for both of these teams. They have a definitive style that they like to play. It's not going to be a surprise that Anna's is going to be to get out and play fast. A team that got within striking distance a year ago of breaking the OHSAA record for goals. They want to get out and play fast. They want to play physical. It's not really a surprise. A lot of teams have those go hand in hand. But last year, I didn't even know what a soccer ball was before I took this job. That's what Coach Knoll said. It was like a kickball to me. This current crop of juniors, though, they're pretty good. The other side for Coldwater on our Keyhole Pizza keys to the game, they want to try to slow this game down. If they can play it at less of a frenetic pace than what Anna wants to, they might have a chance to at least slow this down and make it in their image. It's a long ball kicked down the pitch. As you can see in the sky, the weather has threatened us quite a few times already here today. And it has wreaked havoc on equipment. If you're not hip to how electronics work, water plus electronics equal no bueno. You got to try to do the best you can, and that's what we're doing. As the girls trying to establish that position early on. See, the first 5 minutes has come and gone. Anna trying to set something up, just a long foot down in front. Now the goal right up in front. Oh, and a nice save. Bruns goes to her knees, has to reach back, and you see the grass. If that's on turf, there's a good chance that's probably a goal. But an All-Ohio pick last year, Mara Hoying, the WOSL Player of the Year, gone for the Cavaliers. And that changes a lot of what they want to do because it's not even close. What she did in terms of scoring goals, the program's leader with 121 goals. That puts her in the top 20 all-time in state history. Actually, I think she ranks just outside the top 10. A couple of header balls back and forth. It's important for both these teams to try and get this first goal. You can do a lot of different things when you play with that one-goal lead, as I've seen already in a couple of games here that we've had this year. Build the confidence, and on the foul, the kick will come from Megan Diekman. I'm going to mark it off and set up against the wall. Puts one right to the Coldwater keeper. Coach Lisa Brackman in her second year for the Cavaliers. 12-10-3 after she took off for Scott Brinkman. Brinkman, if he's watching this, he's probably not going to like this next comment. Was a substitute teacher at Spencerville back in the day and was one of my teachers. I'm not sure if that makes him or me feel older, but I like to tease him about it whenever I see him. Did a tremendous job starting this program, and Lisa has done a terrific job of taking it over. 18-10 in WOSL play since they joined. Anna on the other side, they have just been ripping off wins left and right. WOSL champs last year. Mike Knoll took over 3 years ago. He's now 35-4-3 coming into today, and one of those wins was important because last year beat Sydney Lehman for the first time and ended up being the first team as the ball rolls to the touch for the first time from Savannah Hostetler, or she puts a long boot into it. But it was the one win that changed how the WOSL played out last year. Anna ultimately fell in the districts a year ago to that same Sydney Lehman team. Beat them 1-0 in the regular season. Ended up losing 4-0 in the tournament, but a big part of that was the fact that Hostetler didn't play. Got kicked in the head inadvertently during one of the rounds before that. Down in the Dayton Regional, they call it the sectional. Up north, it's more of a district, but it's how they do it down there. As the ball bantied back around on the front half of the goal, just kind of changing positions. And down towards the goal line, it'll go for a goal kick. Anna last year, the second team in OHSAA history, and this proves just how good Savannah Hostetler, who's just a junior, has been. The second team in OHSAA history to get 13 straight shutouts. Taylor Knoll, by the way, coach's daughter. As you see Hostetler kick it away. Beautiful boot from her. Ended up with 41 goals to lead the team. It's an Anna team that comes in this year ranked at number 2 in the polls, just behind Sydney Lehman, who they'll match up with next week. Ball back around this one to Ella Dosick. Dosick had it for a second before it was taken off of her boot. Still no score here nearly through the first 10 minutes. As Anna trying to change that. Chasing it back down to the corner is Knoll. Knoll will wait for it to come through. Coldwater tries to kick it out. Anna did a good job of just beating him to the ball. Now back on the offensive, Ambos. Had it for a second. See the young Rocket try the header there to keep it in play. As we're already 9 minutes in to this first half. And the pacing I talked about in the keys to the game, I'd say right now would favor Coldwater because they've been able to, at least through the first part of this, slow down this high-powered attack for Anna. They put up some big wins already as the ball was miscleared. And I would not want to be in front of any of these kicks. As across the touchline goes Ashford. Throw in here for Coldwater on their side of the pitch. Just a couple of substitutions for Anna. That one will send out Diekman. Anna goes back on the attack, kind of a one-woman attack. As Bruns comes up, kicks it out of play. Coldwater already this year beat Delta St. John's 8-0. They've had an up and down season so far. Lost 7-0 to Lehman. Lost 3-1 in a game they were in early to St. Mary's. Lost 3-2 to Kenton and have been outscored 14-12 all in the year. A year ago was very good to them with Mara Hoying. Went all the way out to the regional semis before they lost to a Liberty Benton squad that's ranked number 1 in the state right now. A lot of the same young ladies back for the Liberty Benton Eagles. Ball just changing positions a couple of times. Footed up near the left front of the box, and waiting to see if that was going to be a foul on that push. It happened right near the front of the 18. And they'll set the wall. That is as close to being inside the box on that penalty as you can get. As up comes Taylor Knoll. 11 minutes into this contest. Three-man wall right in front of her as the official makes sure he marks off the correct yardage. You see in the back where this ball is expected to go, just low-footed. I don't think that was exactly what Taylor Knoll wanted to do. Surprised she didn't try to go high on that one. Kick back and forth here by Anna. They'll launch one way down ahead as Bruns just stopped for just a second to wait in front of the box to make sure that she drew the opposing player just quick enough to break her heart. Ball footed back for Coldwater as they try now to set something up. Again, pacing is a big part of this game. Mara Dews with a pair of goals last year. Now a senior. Trying to keep it away from Anna. First goal in this game, whenever it comes, if it comes, the way that teams are playing right now is really, I think, going to set the pace and be important for the rest of this first half. Ball now knocked away. Take it away from Ava Gare. She's got the only hat trick outside of Mara Hoying. There have been 19 hat tricks in Coldwater history. Mara Hoying has 18 of those 19. The other for Ava came earlier on this year in that win against Alpha St. John's. It's just a crazy thing. Holding had a 6-goal game against St. John's a couple of years ago, where really she made the difference. It ends up being a 9-3 win. So if you take Hoying away, it's a tie. But just a tremendous career for her. Now the Cavaliers trying to pick up on the other side of that as Anna comes in with the throw-in. Ambos throws it to the front half of the box. Coldwater pops it right back up. And Coldwater kicks it across the touchline into the stands. They're going to go over there and tell somebody they have to give that back. They're not going to be very happy about it. Off the quick crossover. Handful of different players thought maybe Noel was going to be able to do something with that. I think maybe she thought that too, as Bensman tracks it down into the corner. Kicks it across with 14 minutes already gone here in the first half. And again, Mother Nature wreaking havoc with things here in Anna. That's what she does. Long throw in here for Anna. I promise she didn't miss anything. Front half of the box now. Anna tries to come on the attack. And a ball that rolls, looks like ultimately across the goal line. So first half action here at Anna High School. See the First National Bank scoreboard. 0-0 up on the board. That was another opportunity that Anna has had. They've taken probably 5 or 6 shots right at the goalkeeper in Bruns that have just come up right or left. Ball sent around by Kiplin Rowland, the junior just into the game. One thing you notice if you look at the roster for these Anna girls, just 3 sophomores and a pair of freshmen. Everybody else that makes up this team, all the upperclassmen, have been around for a while. They've won a lot of games. It's like I said, this junior class was the first for Coach Knoll back when he started coaching soccer. And the reason why, his daughter was on a travel team. There she is with the ball right now. Puts one back up towards the front of the goal that ultimately is going to end up at the front half. And across the goal line for another goal kick. So you see the Cavaliers lining back up. So they've got Botkins next Thursday and Van Wert next Saturday. 2 teams that could be an interesting set, especially with the way that this early part of the season has come. Mother Nature playing mostly on grass for a lot of these teams. The ball back towards the midfield. Now Coldwater on the advantage. Just for a split second before Ambos, who's done a terrific job in the midfield of keeping limited opportunities for the Cavaliers. And how wet is the grass? You see right here on the throw-in, Mara Dews reached down to try to find any part of her jersey and her shorts that was dry to try to wipe that ball off so she could get a good throw. Ultimately, it's all for naught because it rolls across the grass and ends up as a goal kick. Look at what Anna can do this year. Coach Knoll, it's anybody's guess how far we could have went last year with a healthy Hostetler, but I'd say we should go further this year. Yeah, she got injured last year, inadvertently kicked in the head while going for a save that she apparently sprawled out on during the sectional play, lost in the districts a couple of days later. But he's done well since taking over for, as he would have described it at one point, the kickball team. Now knowing on the soccer, and a nice lead here on the crossover, the run, and just wide left. You got to feel if you're wearing the green right now, you just squandered an opportunity. Ultimately, I believe they're going to get a corner kick out of this, but that was a nice lead from Taylor Knoll. Sometimes you want to play at that pace, kind of that breakneck pace, but it doesn't go your way. So nearly 18 minutes into this first half now. No score on the First National Bank scoreboard. Anna trying to change that as the long left foot redirected. And into the goal, it looks like. It is. I think Knoll had the foot on that. I couldn't see from the angle who got the goal. But it comes just under 22 minutes in the first half. So 1-0 Anna lead up on the board. And this is what I was mentioning earlier on. Wait and see what the pace does now. Now this is where traditionally Anna will try to pick it up as if they haven't already been playing pretty fast. But Coldwater will maybe try to continue to capitalize on one or two mistakes here. The Rockets don't make very many. Hostetler in the bright yellow jersey. She's easy to pick out with the bright blonde hair and the bright yellow jersey. Also, she's a terrific athlete. It's now kicked back near the 110. They've got a tent just big enough, well, almost big enough for everybody. It appears that the two subs who just came out get to stand in the rain. Or at least hope that it tapers off. Across the touchline now. Another throw in, this one for the Cavaliers. Long throw to the front of the box, headed right back to where it came. And a long shot. Just not on net. It's Hostetler. They're smart here in Anna. They've got a plethora of balls behind each goal that the goalkeeper can waste no time. And you see the young lady tying her shoes. Hostetler has to wait for her. Ball's redirected as we're under 20 minutes now left in the first half. And it continues to shoot to our left. Ball that rolls through. Now Bruns will come out and try to play it. Oh, and the slide just to knock it away. It stays fortuitously in the front half of the box that she's able to just pick it up. It's a gutsy play on her part. She'll put a nice long shot into one. Takes a bounce up over the midfield strike. Headed back into the defensive zone on the Coldwater side where we played a lot of this first half already. A couple of balls redirected. Hey, don't forget if you want to watch these games back, you can watch them on WOSN and on demand at the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and always online at NKTelco.net. A lot of good games up there. A lot of good games yet to come this season. Coldwater with another throw in, trying to get back into this one down 1-0. That goal coming a couple of minutes ago. And really, it was the pressure for Anna that contributed to that. Anna with the ball just inside the touchline off the left side. A couple of quick steps trying to get stopped for Ambos. There's a foul somewhere along the way just off the camera shot. Coldwater will make a substitution. I believe that was Megan Sigler who just checked in. Must have been out of bounds across the touchline at some point. As Knoll throws it in and tries to go to work front half of the box as Cavaliers try to punch one away. Foot right back up front of the goal. And that Bruns paid for that one. She went down in a heap. It's Anna now. Didn't work up front. We'll try to work back from the front. Ashford with it for a second. See what Anna does here as they've got three moving towards the box. The long lead, and the Bruns has to try to get around that one. She is not able to get in front of it. 5 players in the same spot, and it looked like that was Taylor Knoll with the goal. She and Amber Stewart crashing up towards the goal. Also in there, Megan Diekman. As well. I think that was actually Stewart that got the goal. So now 2-0 Anna lead. As quick as these girls move in that pack up towards the goal, it makes it hard sometimes to try to spot which number is putting that up and in. It's Stewart up there. As it'll roll through to Bruns, down 2-0. She'll take her time, and here's a little bit where the pacing comes in for the Cavaliers. You can see it in some of their motions where they don't want to let this one get away here in the first half. All footed down through and back up long into the Anna defensive half. Hostetler comes up. Oh, kicks it right off the girl in front of her. That didn't work out how she planned. Now 2-on-3. Just too much traffic for Coldwater to get a good shot there. Dews tried to kick it through a couple of different green jerseys. She and Sigler. That is probably Coldwater's best opportunity so far to get on the board, and it goes for naught. Substitution for the Rockets. A long running throw in front half of the box for the Cavs. Hit everybody, might have hit a couple of hands. Nothing that interfered with play, so we'll play on. Coldwater with it ping-ponged back and forth. Up off Taylor Kaufman. Kaufman now sets it in motion. The crossover. Bruns laid out for it. And was able to stop that scoring attempt to keep it at 2-0. Bruns made 21 shot saves against St. Mary's. Had that shutout in the 8-0 win against St. John's. 15 saves against Kenton. Elise Kramer actually ends up helping that shutout in save. But the crazy thing is, for as much as I've talked about Coldwater wanting to control this pace, they can play fast too. Delta St. John's saw that in person. 44 shots on goal in that 8-0 win. So that game maybe could have been much worse. Now Anna back on the attack, trying to improve on their 2-0 lead. Ball footed through harmlessly for Bruns. Grace gets a little bit of help. You don't realize, unless you've seen this in person, those thick gloves on her hands, you can't tie your own shoe. So it's always nice when your friends come to help you out, especially when you put a boot like this into the ball. You hate to see her put that up in the air like that and see her shoe go flying, because then you got to take the gloves off. It's a whole thing. Physical play, there we go. Talked about it from Coldwater's side. Didn't give Anna apparently enough credit on it, because that was Michaela Ambos, the junior, who just stole it away with a physical play. Ball kicked across the touchline. Another throw in for the Rockets. Perfect lead up on the front half of the box, but another bounce at Bruns. Able to get to it. Coldwater waiting to make a substitution in Maddie Sheffer. This ball nearly kicked to Sheffer. As you see her there standing just out of play. She does end up with it. The problem is when she eventually comes in, she'll see Anna with the ball. Long throw in, trying to get to this lead and make it a 3-0 lead. Cross back towards the front half of the box. Right back to where they started. Cavaliers able to get up to it. Coming up with a steal as Amy Gare Ava Gear trying to get to that ball. Almost got kicked in the face. Smartly, though, able to use her shoulder and kind of turn away from it. As now Mara Deuce on the attack, an all-conference pick. Kind of in everything. She's good at every sport. Spent a lot of the time during the year saying her name. Oh, and a ball stolen away. That's just a misplay for Coldwater. Long cross from Taylor Kaufman. Surprised she didn't take that herself. When it comes back to her, she tries to take it, but it goes off of the shin of a Coldwater defender. Going to be goal kick number 2 coming up for Anna. Or excuse me, corner kick. That'll be Brooke Hemsworth, who will take it from the inside of the line. Tried to cross one where somebody could maybe get a header on it to keep it in play. That ball just took a roll across the slick grass and goes for Coldwater's throw-in. There's a substitution. I feel like I talked about Maddie Sheffer trying to come in about 2.5 minutes ago. But it was the first time really that Coldwater got the advantage since that point for it to happen. Cavaliers with a quick miss kick. Bruns has to chase one down. Decided that it went too far. Didn't want to get caught out of position as Kaufman gives chase. Just outside of 10 minutes to go in this first half. The ball that rolls through. There have been a couple of weird attempted clearances. The ball is taking an awkward, almost a turf bounce. And here comes the speed of Anna on display. There aren't a lot of teams. Lehman is one that can keep up with this kind of pace. Coldwater's done a nice job of being able to control at times, but just 2 balls where the middle got congested in front of the goalkeeper, and Anna was able to stick one in. Ball rolls back and forth all on each side. Marissa Van Gordon got to it for a second for Anna. Is now chasing it down and kicking it across the touchline is Zambos. She's already played a solid game. She's been able to get up to it as it's headed back to Hostetler. She waited to see where Ava Gear's header was going to go. Ava had the goal against Allen East on Tuesday that was assisted by Mallory Kramer. She's really only had that opportunity, though, I'd say within 25 yards of the goal. Now the throw in here for the Rockets. Van Gordon will take it. Well, no, she won't. She'll head back to try to get warm, which shouldn't be a problem. Staying dry is a bigger problem today. And Mackenzie Littlefield comes in to take that throw in. Now on the long left-footed cross, front half of the box, and not able to get that roll is Taylor Knoll. But a corner kick is upcoming. Always curious as this ball's set down in the corner. It's the 3rd time now that Anna has had this. Exactly where these girls set it down at. They've chosen to have the 3 Rockets so far to go on the inside part of the line. Ball lofted usually means something front half of the box on that cross for the header or the left-footed goal. As that one is up and in for a 3-0 lead for the Rockets. Substitution and Mallory Kramer back in for the Cavaliers. Goal coming at the 9:04 mark of the first half. And you can see just off to the bottom right side of your picture, these Cavalier ladies, they look tired as they're coming out of here. It's not exactly a cool day. It's cooled off a little bit, but as it does when it rains, it gets a little muggy. And it proves sometimes to take you a little bit out of your own game plan. As a throw in here for Anna. Nope, I'll give it to Coldwater. Anna thought that was going their way. Cavaliers with the throw in. Immediately headed right back the opposite way. And there's the Anna throw in. It just took longer. Cavaliers immediately regained control of the ball, down 3-0. Trying to limit these balls just coming through as he shot right into the belly of Bruns. Second team WOSL pick a year ago. And a program record, 190 saves in her career. Nobody else that I saw on there comes pretty close to it. Big thanks to Eric Goodwin, the AD at Coldwater, pointed out the soccer website, made my life a lot easier. One of the good guys, not just because we're both Dallas fans, but because you ask him anything, he'll help you out. Coldwater now trying to change things for Gear on the attack. She'll set one up. But that lead just a bit too long that Hostetler able to come front half of the box and take it away. Didn't see who got that one, but up off the foot. Rolling back to the trees and the train tracks. Ball just kind of play within the same 5 yards of midfield right now. Coldwater trying to change that as they wanted to go on the attack for the better part of the last couple of minutes. Ball kicked across the touchline. Anna comes into this game 4-0. 4-0-1. They're 2-0 in WOSL play, the number one team in the league. 15 returning players, 4 of those as seniors. Got a terrific schedule. It's kind of similar to the City Lehman game I talked about the other day. Their coaches, they say, hey, we don't really care about our regular season record. As Hostetler procures one. We want to play the best teams available. If that makes us better, if we win those games, that's great. We want to win. But in the long run, regular season is about making us better for the tournament. And they've got a slew of teams on their schedule that will help them do just that. Northmont, Chaminade, Julienne, Miami Valley. Those teams will make you a lot better in a hurry, or at least make you learn something about your team. As Bruns chases one down near the corner. It's about the worst part about that as an opposing player. You hustle all the way down there. You're kind of one-on-one. You're a couple of yards away from the goalie, and they just break your heart. They just pick it up and kick it away from you. So the substitution. That's Megan Sigler throwing the ball in. Sigler with kind of a punch shot on that throw. Either that ball slipped out of her hands or she just didn't get a good grip on it. Up in the front, here comes Knoll. Now Bruns down to the grass, slides across, and again takes away the hope that Knoll had of making it a 4-0 contest. A chip shot, that one's differently than Bruns has had the entire time. Might have come off the inside of her foot. Cavaliers for momentarily on the advantage. The ball spins with about 4.5 minutes to go across the touchline. It's dangerous for Coldwater to be having these contests played in this zone, and here's probably why. Just below, might have even gotten off the hands of Bruns, but the goal for Taylor Kaufman makes it a 4-0 lead. Anna 5-3 against Coldwater all time, dating back to Coldwater's first year in 2009. Right now it's 4-0. Last year Anna won 5-0. Second straight win in this series. Grace Brunn's kind of similar to what she's doing right now. She's just had a couple of balls where she's had to play one-on-one or had heavy traffic in front of her that have kind of limited her vision, and Anna's done a good job of using the traffic to their advantage. She had a school record 26 saves in the game last year in that 5-0 loss. So she has been under probably pretty close to as much pressure in this game as she was at home a year ago. Ball across the touchline off the Cavaliers in the waning moments here in the first half. Up off the shoulder, Kaufman turned around, didn't know where the ball went. She got just as confused as everybody else seemed to be by that one. Sometimes that happens. You get kicked in the head with a ball, you get a little disoriented. And it's down across the touchline again. They have about 15 balls, it seems, in play at all times. It's good to see. It keeps the game moving. Coldwater on the attack as, again, Gear is being shadowed by a couple of defenders every time she even gets near the ball. Coldwater with the throw in. A long throw out the middle of the box, headed back out, and Anna tries to turn quickly their defense into offense. That's what they've been so good at as Kaufman watches it go across, and Maddie Schaefer. Schaefer now will wait on the throw in. Oh, and a line drive. The worst part is, that's your teammate. Not that I advocate doing it to anyone, but Brielle Collier just found out what happens and how strong her friend's leg is. And hopefully she's all right. These girls are tough. On the attack, here comes Anna. Weaving through the midfield is Littlefield. Littlefield now left foot's one. Left side of the box under 2 minutes. Ball back up, rolls all the way through. She kind of has that mentality right now where she was at of someone give me back the ball. That's what you want in your scores. That mentality of no matter where I am, wherever we are, Bruns makes the slide save. I'm going to be able to put that in the back of the net. Bruns has got to be tired. She's taking her time now as she kicks it back towards midfield. She just had that extra 2 or 3 seconds of holding on to that ball, letting everybody set up, but also kind of letting her set and get a reset, so to speak. Ball back across the touchline. This happens at times when things are slowing down. Everybody just sort of chases it and lets it go. And there's the example of how wet the pitch is. All rolls through, and it wasn't even going to get to the goalkeeper. A nice piece of defense by Ambos. Like I said, it's not anything that's showing up necessarily in the scorebook, but she's doing a great job between the midfield and the front of the 18. Coming up on a minute left in this first half. Anna in no hurry, up 4-0. They just kind of loft one that is headed back for Coldwater. They'll try to set something up on the give and go to the back line. Too far on the lead for Megan Sigler. Both teams just walking back as that will end the first half. Anna on top of the First National Bank scoreboard, 4-0 here on NKTelco Sports.
Carriage Works has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos sound system takes all the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game, or not, with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Automotive Outfitters, your truck accessory headquarters.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us!
Start a second half action here in Anna as the Rockets and the Cavaliers. You see the First National Bank scoreboard. Anna on top 4-0. Thanks to 4 goals in the last 21 minutes of the first half. Got the last one with 4:19, and they were able to control things at times. Coldwater did a good job of spacing, but were unable to keep the front half of the goal box clean. A lot of traffic led to 4 goals in that first half. As the Cavaliers in the whites, they're not going to stay that way with the way that the pitch is, with the mud and everything. Cavs trying to make that one big turn, get back into this game. Anna trying to continue to play fast and aggressive like they did in the first half. Front half of the box and a long strike up and over. Grace Bruns is probably the happiest to see that. She's got a half smile on her face as she rolls the ball away on the goal kick. Skirting disaster there. Goal kick for the Cavaliers. That's a nice one. Sent right back out though. Anna able to go on the attack. And here comes the green machine right in front of Bruns. Bruns just waits for her team to get set, and that might be her longest kick so far. She's kicked it so far that they couldn't find it on the camera. That's how you know you did a good job. Ball kicked long. Cavaliers trying to get to something. Anna, though, has thwarted them at every opportunity. Just a couple of shots that have even really made it into the hands of Savannah Hostetler, the goalkeeper. That ball just bantied around. A couple of missed kicks, and the Cavaliers, that's kind of been the story for them so far. Their opportunities have been thwarted by Anna and then sometimes betrayed by their own feet. Rockets and Taylor Knoll going to work. She would be kind of the point guard to Steel Sports. Does a terrific job of facilitating the midfield into the offensive end. As a throw-in up near the shoulder. And fought away by Dews and Gear. Ball on that quick turn. Claire Bensman able to clear it back out. Cavaliers just trying to keep it away from any charging Anna Rocket. Throw in from Kelsey McKinney. McKinney drops it back to the line for Taylor Knoll, who shoots one right at Grace Bruns. Couple minutes gone here in the second half. Bruns with another long kick. That one's her best. Wow. Talk about turning your leg into an offensive weapon. If the Cavaliers do something here, fortunately they will not. It was going to be because of the leg and the outlet there. Dews unable to turn on one and get it towards the goal as Hostetler walks it back out and kicks it in to midfield. Chased down into the corner, knocked across the touchline there is Zambos. Cavaliers with a deep throw in off the front half of the box. Sometimes when you make that chance to go for that opportunity, again, it doesn't work out the way that you want. That is what happened there for Emmy Bowley. Here's a one-on-one front half of the box, cross left. This might be a corner kick. It looks like Bruns might have gotten. Well, maybe she didn't. It looked like, from where I sit, that she got a fingertip on it. There was a breakaway there for Taylor Knoll, where she was quickly gobbled up 1-on-3. Bowie now to put a foot into it. Nice long strike for her. But again, not what she's wanted, because every time that she's tried to clear one out, there's been a Rocket there waiting on her. Able to get it through front half of the box off of Knoll. And how about that? Your team keeps the advantage if you're Taylor Kaufman, because you got hit with a strike while you were laying on the ground. Right place, right time. And it continues now to advance from Brooke Hemsworth. I don't believe related to Liam or Chris, but you never know. Knoll with a crossover has it stolen right up off her boot. She's got the bright orange. At least the shoestrings working with the white. Almost feels like she should be wearing a different color today. Katie Noonan wants to throw it in. they would not give her the opportunity to do it. Kind of stood there stymied as to why for a second. Had to wait for everybody to set back up now as Anna frantically steals it away and shoots one up towards the corner. Just a question about whether it'll stay in or who it's going to go off of. It'll be last touch by the Cavaliers. So the corner kick, number 4 now, comes from Kelsey McKinney. Oh, or not. It'll come from Claire Bensman. Bensman sets it up just in front of that line. Off the back line, puts one up on the front. Redirected right back to her, kicks it up off the shoulder and ultimately the face of a couple of different Cavaliers. Able to use a nice piece of work there as she plays the 2-man game for another corner kick. So Bensman and McKinney working from that corner. The high ball towards the front half of the goal. Kicked back again. Oh, just inside and nearly the assist. Always happy to have an extra defender back there if you're the goalkeeper, because that one keeps it from being a 5-0 game. Another high, long boot from Bruns. She kicked it about 3/4 of the way down the pitch. Unfortunately, she kicked it so far, it kind of outran her offense. Was fighting for it. Player from each team. You see the scoreboard there in the background. A lot of things going on here today in Anna. Got junior high or freshman football over at the football field right now. A lot of folks walking over to see what's going on over here. For the first 8 minutes, no score on either side here in the second half. Coldwater drastically trying to change that. Anna, though, wow, that is a nice long lead. Again, kind of unfortunately for them, as was the case with Coldwater off of Bruns' last kick. Nobody there to help out. Ball frantically played from side to side. And a missed kick off of Hemsworth for Anna. Coldwater with the drop. I think Sigler had to drop that one. Her motion already coming forward, not where she wanted to put it. As a run for Katie Noonan. Ultimately stolen away as Noonan goes to work. Anna with a long lead. Towards the front half of the box. I was waiting to see how Bruns decided to play that. Tried to chase it. Got lucky. It took an extra spin the opposite way and ultimately for a Coldwater throw-in. Cavaliers sit at 1-1 in WOSL play. Anna at 2-0 on the top half. Ranked number 2 in the district. Just behind Lehman. Greenville on Monday for Anna. At Lehman Catholic on the 13th of September, next Thursday. That is going to be a good one. Last year, a 1-0 game in the regular season. Anna actually won that, giving Lehman their first defeat in league play in 27 games. I don't know if it's because it's so slick on this pitch or not right now, but there are a lot more problems with footing here in the first about 10 minutes of the second half than there were the entire first half. Anna stays on the attack. Again, they've been able to put somebody right in front of every ball. Off the front. And then nice crossover with a shot into Bruns' hands. Goes Taylor Knoll. Bruns has been under fire. Another long boot for her. It is just fascinating how far she's able to kick that ball. That might be one of the longest kicks I've seen from a goalkeeper this year, and that's her last 3. Ostetler has a redirected ball off the boot of Allie May. Just roll up into her hands. A couple of pop-ups as she kicks it away. We'll have our choice for NKTelco Player of the Game after this one is over. Already a couple of good candidates who have been trying to make their mark, as now Noel Shirley in that running hops over onto the back line. 3 Cavaliers cut her off. Here comes Coldwater with a 2-on-2 across midfield. They'll pick up a couple of midfielders and now try to give chase. Zambos with another steal away. Just a couple of sloppy passes on each side. Great defense as well for the green and the orange and white. Grace not under fire this time. Able to just wait. Make sure that she's got as much of the water off that ball, the dew, even before she kicks it away. Another ball across the touchline. You see the umbrellas not in complete use right now. They were needed earlier. Mother Nature has not exactly been a help for us this week. I firmly believe that everyone who says we need the rain doesn't try to put together a television broadcast. Or they don't have kids playing outdoor sports. The ball misplayed again. Oh, and this just works out, at least early, perfectly for one side. The redirect goes perfect for the other side. An absolute rid of disaster for Coldwater there. That probably twice should have been a goal for Anna. They'll try to make a substitution maybe to change that up. But that ball, if the defender, who I believe was Emma Boley, does not come out of the backside to make that stop, that this is a 5-0 game. Ostetler slides to the ground. She has been, she's been good. A lot of shots have just kind of been casually towards her, as opposed to the other way for Bruns. As there's a pop-up, it's like she's playing center field. Trying to get to change that again is Noonan. She's been the aggressor for Coldwater here so far through the first 14 minutes of this half. And again, the worst thing that can happen, your friends kick you. Noel with a one-on-one through the front half of the box, the crossover, and ultimately the goal. Taylor Noel with the goal, coming at around 26:05. Makes it a 5-0 game. See what the Cavaliers can do here in response. So they've got to get something going. Trying to fight from that midfield. And it just kicked a knuckleball. And a throw in here. The hands out from Noonan. I have to say, I don't know why anybody wasn't back here to help out. Trying to clear it. Wow. Another fine piece of work. This one just waiting and making her time work is Kaufman. So 2 goals in a span of about a minute. Makes it a 6-0 Anna lead. And they're just 2 blunt force goals. That's the old, if you just continue to kick at the ball as hard as you can, you're probably going to be able to do something good after a while. Long foot headed back out. Coldwater is just had some bad luck with a couple of these goals. They've played up in front of where the ball has been. It was a high kick. Almost took out one of the Cavaliers. Kipling Rowland able to kick it away. Ultimately, thought it goes against Anna. So try to hurry up and make the substitution before the foot is put into it by Emmy Boley. Boley marks one off and puts a long charge into it. Coldwater with a left foot redirected. And again, Hostetler able to get to it. Hostetler with all those shutouts in her career, trying to keep one intact here. As the meeting, a little huddle for the ball. Here comes the train. First time a train's come through today. This is a beautiful facility, the way that it's situated with everything going on in the background. Hey, a big time thanks to all the sponsors for helping us bring you these contests all season long. Folks at Francis Furniture. Also Wilson Health, who are reminding you that they have Caring Without Limits. Also Precision Strip. NKT.TV, where you can see all these games back. TheBowlerStore.com. Find the pocket without emptying yours. They can even help out someone as horrible at bowling as me. So take my word for it, they can help you out. Carriage Works, who specialize in collision repair in St. Henry. Also to Cy Schwederman Incorporated. Fowler's TV, where they service what they sell. Kogi Plumbing and Heating. That's a name you know and trust. PSG Automotive Outfitters. As they throw in here for Coldwater, they threaten deep for the first time. Redirected, but this is not their luck the way that Anna has had those redirections go. Big thanks to the Minster Bank, who can provide financial solutions for a lifetime. Schwederman Pharmacy as well, located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta. So wherever you are, they're pretty close. New Knoxville Supply, along with Minster Dental Care. Also Keyhole Pizza. That's the deepest that a ball has really challenged Hostetler here in the first 20 minutes of this half. She had no problem being able to play that one out. Winners Meats, where they've had quality meats for 90 years. Along with Hometown Opportunity, where they connect local companies with local talent. And also the First National Bank, who reminds you to think first. If you want to watch these games back, you can do so on WOSN On Demand and on demand at the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and always online at nktelco.net. Makes it great if you've got a grandma down in Florida. You can tell her how to hop on and watch her granddaughter play, grandson, whatever it may be. Hostetler, probably the most active boot she's had in quite a while. Has tried to play down in front to set up the passing lanes. This time on the run, looked like Breland Berner, the freshman who just came in. And you think it's easy to pick out these numbers? Sometimes as these girls just flash by, you take your best shot. So Coldwater taking their time. They don't have a friend in the clock right now. As they set the ball down. That's always my favorite. You put the ball where you think it is based on where the official is. And then he walks away. Boley now waiting to put a right foot into it. Low line drive back towards midfield. Immediately taken back away by Anna. As Brooke Hemsworth tries to get to it. Carly Goodwin, class of 2022. That makes me feel really old. We'll throw it in. Tried to wait for anybody to set up. The problem is it seems to be outside of Kendall Bird, her classmate, who's working hard to try to get open. There was really no movement in front. It was all green jerseys with a wall in front of her. Well, tried to poke away 3 different times by Steffi Hoying. Another throw in. This time it'll be Hoying herself. It's a long throw near the left sideline and a boot. Thought that was ultimately going to be headed towards the Coldwater bench. It ends up being a throw in for Anna. He's giving chase is Boley. Boley tries to fight with 2 different players and inadvertently gets her feet tangled up between she and Sarah Ham. Ham was the recipient of this inbound. Kipling Rowland will actually do it. Floats it middle half of the box, headed back out, and with the oncoming player in Brianna Tribbett, she's able to make the save. Runs with a long boot. Just not able to get it to her players on the attack. So that ball is a trip, ultimately. What they get Ava Gear for. I think she thought maybe she got more ball than what she did foot. I'll mark it way back towards the circle. I think that's so that you can get a nice long run if you're Hemsworth. Wow. And misplayed by Bruns. Able to stay just in front of losing it across the goal line. The one way that Anna has not scored yet today is off of a corner kick. They've set up a couple of opportunities. But credit Coldwater for hanging in there and continuing to do so despite trailing 6-0 on that First National Bank scoreboard you see there in the corner. Ball footed across by Kendall Bird. And immediately, any hope Coldwater had on that play was dismantled by Hostetler. A couple of goals already in this second half to make it 6-0. Nolan Kaufman. About a minute or a minute and a half apart. It did not take them very long. It took, well, when they got the first one, rather. It took 14 minutes to get the first one. Another ball. Watch out, cameraman. He was down there just watching the ball spin towards him. Coldwater taking time. This is going to be something. Well, I thought that was going to be something else. As far back as the young lady who went to throw it in, I thought maybe it was going to be one of those ones where you do the somersault and you flip over the ball. I haven't seen one of those yet this year. I've seen a number of soccer matches, but not one of those yet. Alyssa Ellerbrock played at Ottawa Glandorf, now plays basketball at the University of Findlay. She used to do that whenever I do OG games, and it always used to amaze me. To be that athletic that you're able to time that flip on that ball perfectly to send it down the pitch. A long boot, good from 30 yards on a Friday night. Unfortunately not here on a Thursday afternoon. Goal kick coming up from the de facto goal kicker in Emma Boley. Emmy now. Kind of a sideways line drive. A fancy piece of work there for Amber Stewart. Got her goal in the first half. Ball that rolls just in front for Anna of their own bench. Played through this one. You are going to see, I believe that's going to be an offsides call. But I was going to say, you're going to see Bruns have to make a challenge for that one just to slow it down. And it's the biggest thing for goalkeepers is trying to judge, do you believe you can get there and pick the ball up before the defender tries to kick it past you? In this instance, she did. All this back and forth near midfield. Stewart again puts one down near the back corner. It looked like Tribbett again. Now Stewart with the left foot rolls one up and in. As the sixth goal goes from 6 to 7, they keep the clock running. The official got confused for a second. You could see him there. Well, yeah, there we go. Grace Brunn said, I don't want that ball. Please get rid of it. So now 7-0 as Stewart picks up the goal. So Coldwater running out of time to try to get one on the board. Stewart weaving away through traffic. A drop over to the right side. Middle half of the box redirected by a couple of different white jerseys. Wow. That's a shoulder tackle and a half. Roland being admonished. Probably saying, hey, we don't need that. It's kind of one of those things. Took a couple extra steps. And I think maybe was surprised to find a Coldwater Cavalier there running step for step with her. It's one of those kind of hard common fouls. Not really any intent behind it. But just playing hard, trying to close out this stretch. Two teams who have met 8 times previous. 5 of those have gone into the win column for Anna. It's not a surprise. They're very good in WOSL play, the defending champs. It's a throw-in headed back for another throw-in. Got to watch out where you park your golf cart. Ball almost ends up rolling up underneath it. Throw-in upcoming for Adriana Ashford. So 7-0 game. It was 4-0 at the half. Goals ranging from 21-19 remaining in the first half down to 4-1-9. Shot with a 2-on-3 deficiency. Up off of Bruns' hands, slaps it down. Watch it spin on the back line. Now she waits to try to get rid of as many green jerseys as possible. Let's say line drive into one. Coldwater clearing midfield for the first time in about 5 minutes. Anna quickly shut that down. Cavs trying to work something off the back line. Keep Anna away from it. There's a throw in. Now back the opposite way. It's kind of stuck in no man's land. Poor Ashford kicked it out. Long throw in back for Anna. Wow, out of nowhere. You can see how quickly Boley came up to get that one. Here's the 1-on-2 now for Amber Stewart. Stewart foots it back across. On the advantage, here comes Anna. Nice cross back to Stewart. Stewart with a fancy left-footed move. Doesn't end in anything, as now Bruns will kick it away while their teammates tie their shoes. Get some of the younger players in here. It is picked up pacing wise. Talked about the heat and humidity at times. This is a long lead up front for Taylor Knoll was off sides. She had something to say about it, too. You can see it. Look at her stare down the official. I feel like she disagrees with that assessment. Because from where I sit, she's still staring at the gentleman off to the right side. The ball clearly hit the other official enough to where it stayed in bounds. And the young lady for Anna got caught between, can I pick this up? And he looked down on her and it would be a handball if you do. She kind of decided otherwise. So it only stayed in bounds just because it hit the official. Again, he's part of the pitch. So he's not like in the video games where he's transparent and it goes through him. Ball kicked out by Coldwater. It'll be a deep throw in near the corner. Hey, don't forget if you're on Facebook, which, let's be honest, you're watching this. We know you are. You can check out the NKTelco Sports Facebook page. A lot of good stuff on there. From already in the season is almost that highlight of the goal for Amber Stewart. Stewart's had 3 or 4 nice shots at the goal, but just the way the ball has been spinning, I've said before, it's almost the hardest thing to do. They say hit a curveball. I can't do that. Is the equivalent to that of a ball spinning sideways trying to kick it straight. That's kind of nearly what she had happen there. As the aggressiveness continues on both sides. Anna with a 4-0 lead at the half. They put 3 goals up in the column since then. This ball is apparently going to be spotted way differently for Hemsworth than where she started by about 12 yards. Puts a long shot into it. Bruns again. As it just bounced straight up into the belly. She turned down and said, "Go away, ball." She's exactly right. Right back to Hemsworth. Coldwater able to knock it back down. And most importantly, Anna, for them, able to stay on sides. As the long shot again. If that is not with 3 defenders trailing, Stewart might have the 8th goal of the game for Anna. Bruns will take her time, adjust the socks. Just obliterate a ball. She's had a sub over there waiting to come in for a couple of minutes now, but not able to get to it. This might finally do it. Megan Siegler now checks in. That'll send out Kendall Bird. So unless things change, Anna will get to 3-0 in WOSL play. They'll get to 5-0-1 overall, but it's important for them early on to get these wins, build up before the tournament as Hostetler dives for one. Luckily for her, she didn't touch it. But important for Anna to get these wins because next week they have the big one. Talked about it on Thursday. Well, they go to Lehman Catholic. A quick touch on the throw-in. Now, just over 5 minutes left. We'll have our player of the game after this one is over. A lot of good choices right now for Anna. And the misfortune of how that ball went for the defender in Katie Noonan. Sees Mackenzie Littlefield kick it right to Bruns. And everybody's got to tie the shoes. It's always an important feature in trying to run as fast as you can. Anna with the throw in. Continuing to bump on both sides, trying to just keep anything away, keep this at 7-0 if you're Coldwater. Anna still fighting. So it's got that look on their face as if it's not enough. Ambos up there. Again, she's done a great job in the midfield. But the 7 goals by Anna ties the series high by either team. Anna had 7 goals in a win in 2014 over Coldwater. So they've tied that right now with 4 minutes to go. Another long shot. Bruns goes high up the ladder to make the save. A long kick by her, way across the midfield. Again, the problem is, I've said this a couple of times now, but it continues to be true that when she puts that long boot into it at times, it's kind of a line drive. It doesn't hang up there very often to where her defenders can turn into offensive players to get underneath it. Steffi Hoying up, waiting on the throw-in. Katie Noonan just standing there saying, hey, man, let me throw this in. We're just wasting time. She was not happy a second ago as Anna was allowed to make their substitutions. Anna with the steal as we go under 3 minutes. Cavaliers trying to keep Kaufman from getting past. There are 4 defenders before she foots one to the front half of the box. See if they come back to her. They will. Long shot from Kaufman. Finds its way past Bruns and into the goal for number 8 for the Rockets. And that's just a case of keep on trying if you're Kaufman. Was denied the first time, not the second. As the clock at 2:20 of an 8-0 lead. Hostetler had 11 saves in the tie against Northmont on Tuesday. She might even have less than that in this one, to be honest with you. Because she's only had a couple of balls, really, that have threatened her. Ball. You're not supposed to be hit by a ball if you're sitting on the bench. That's not true in this game. Minute 40 to go. Anna on top, 8-0 after the last goal. They try to fight. And a goal kick upcoming. As it goes off of Taylor Knoll. So Bruns can take her time. You see she's pulled up the sleeves and is trying to get any kind of cool breeze that she can. There's not any despair here in Anna. Ball that doesn't make it through the midfield on the line drive. Anna gets caught for the foul as we go under a minute. Foley with the line drive. Anna able to somehow turn it over. That's a long clearance. Oh, here we go. 1-on-1, front half of the box. And a goal high in the right corner for Brielle Collier. So 20 seconds to go. And you can see nobody really in a hurry to do anything as Anna puts a highlight 9th goal on the board. That should pretty much put a stop to this one. Anna now with win 5 on the season as they defeat Coldwater by a 9-0 margin behind a hat trick from Taylor Kaufman. You saw it here on NKTelco Sports.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CEREC and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
Back a final time here in Anna, a 9-0 win for the Rockets as they improved to 5-0-1 on the year. 3-0 in WOSL play. 1-4-1 for the Cavaliers, and they're 1-2 in league play. Taylor Kaufman with 3 goals to lead the way. Taylor Knoll with a goal and 4 assists. Goals by Amber Stewart, Michaela Ambos, Bree Tribbett, Brielle Polier, and Sarah Ham for the winners. And big thanks to all the sponsors for helping us make tonight's game possible. In the Minster Bank and Schwiedemann Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, NKTelco, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com, Carriage Works, Cy Schwiedemann, Fowler's TV, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, PSG Automotive Outfitters, and the First National Bank. Our NKTelco player of the game on the way out, a goal and 4 assists for Taylor Knoll. There are 2 really good choices. She sets up 2 of Taylor Kaufman's 3 goals, but she comes away with 5 points and is our player of the game. We've got more soccer and volleyball action coming up. You can find all the games on demand on WSN, the NKTelco Sports Facebook page, and at nktelco.net. Great information you should check out anyways. So we are done here from Anna. Again, a 9-0 win for the Rockets. For our director in Isaac Sell and our cameraman in Patrick Toller, my name is Mike Kern. Have a great night, and even better tomorrow from all of us here at NKTelco Sports.